Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of eXtine Plays, featuring the Portland Pizza Weekend versus LOVEU Mitchell Lewis. Yep, the Portland Burnsiders still an organization, but we merged our silver squad with another silver team that has been around the block, Pizza Weekend. So very excited about that. Our roster is Deza tagged up as Pizza Supreme on Scout, myself on Soldier, Manwich on Pyro, Jackawa on Demoman, Beelund on Heavy Weapons Guy, Chrissy on Engineer, Caperton on the Medic, Syrup the Sniper, and Shotaway on Spy. Now, pointing out that the other team did bust the Medic Kritzkrieg and then switching over to Ubercharge. Now, the way that things work out nowadays, you can see he's going to get that charge before setup drops, so no penalty in dropping those crit stickies, might as well. Now, I come out the gates here. We see our Demo Man going up and over the top, chasing out, using that, whatchamacallit, the parachute. I get sniped down at the same time as well. The sniper was doing a pretty good job on the rails here, and just being a threat to us overall. I'm going to be sticking with third-person perspective here today because, well, it did have a tweet, somebody asking about where are all the third-person perspective casts. And it is a perspective that I like as well because it just gives you a different look, a different angle on seeing how the game develops, how a team moves, and a different perspective. And, well, I would love to grab a deeper understanding of how this game went. This game and, well, the Pizza Weekend squad, they have a lot of talent on them. The Burnsiders getting more talented all the time. But, you know, I'm definitely a little rusty. And, well, we were getting together as a team, really kind of still getting used to each other. Nice pickup there by Manwich, picking up that Spy, Tofu Mars, before he can get in there. So we still definitely have a lot to learn. You can see I'm spamming over here, running that Community Sparkle, Community Rocket Launcher. Get a little bit of Sparkle every now and then. And the Conqueror. Wasn't totally used to the new changes to the Conqueror, and I don't know, I need to get a feel for it a bit more in terms of how the regeneration ramps up and whatnot. So they got a pretty good hold on us right now. I'm getting on cart to try and push it. We need to get the sentry gun down. This was about one of my highlights from the offensive push here. Tucked away up top here, I end up putting a lot of damage from up here down for a while, forced the pop out of the Medic as he uses, and still spamming some damage down here and doing a lot of distracting. And we're finally starting to get the cart and enough pressure on the cart as well. I'm going to drop down here finally, and with a little help from Manwich, get that Pyro down. So there goes the first point, 2 minutes and 4 seconds. That's alright. We can see that they're posted up with the Heavy fairly aggressively forward. I'm going to find him from around the other side while also getting block-shotted down. Dotsy does some good damage on me and then gets the finish. Manwich coming from the side, there it goes, finishes off Dotsy, but you see the hold up top doing alright. They're getting their sentry gun up, and we're a little slow with pushing the cart here. Partially my fault a little bit going down earlier, and now hustling my way forward. And I think this is an area where I really felt like I was not getting a whole lot done. Because I just kind of come up here and end up taking a lot of damage. Sniper coming down, or sorry, Spy coming from behind, gets our sniper down. And I'm still just kind of lurking around. So they've done a good job of just kind of keeping us from establishing a presence on the hill. Although we have managed to push the cart a bit more forward, which is solid. Their engineer set up in the standard spot. Heavy's doing a good job of playing forward a little bit and getting some presence. Medic would love to get out there and get some heals on him, but can't quite find the angle right now, so Heavy just jumps down. And they're still kind of shutting us down from cave area. Cart's starting to slip backwards a little bit, and, well, I'm spamming from far side, trying to put some pressure on that sentry gun, but really almost, you know, could be doing more work in either securing the tunnel area or even just getting a buff up top and then moving forward with my team. Ended up getting taken out by that scout. I was just over there for too long and spamming the sentry gun by myself with a regular rocket launcher. Just, I don't know, wasn't going to get anything done. Probably going to be pretty critical of my own play here today, but, you know, that's where you got to start if you're looking to criticize how things went wrong in a match. and look at myself before I look at anybody else. Felt like, you know, overall we did pretty good. Our first set, we actually had some server issues on the first set, and then we switched over to this server, which is our server. But the first set was troublesome for kind of everybody. Mirror Man was playing pretty well on both servers. Just overall, I felt like he outplayed me in the soldier v soldier battle. Switching to first person, I didn't mean to do that. There we go again. I got killed by Dotsy one more time. And that was down low in the tunnel alone. Just showing my rust because I couldn't get a one-on-one kill versus the scout. Chrissy comes in and finishes him off. And we're starting to get some progress here as the Uber exchange is going pretty well for us. Vilon doing a good job of staying alive. And then we get a soldier bomb around here. A lot of pressure on Keeperton. Needs more protection. But he does survive, so that's good. I think we probably played a little too loose. Just didn't get really good heals in terms of people taking damage when they shouldn't have, and crit heals and getting supported. The other team, LOVEU Mitchell, did a really good job with a lot of their ambushes. You see the heavy weapons guy poking out of the spawn here, and going to end up being a big hassle. I see that he rotated. He gets a ton of damage down on Keeperton, though. And I jump up top here, but at the same time, the soldier comes out and then stuffs me. I totally get wrecked again. Need some assistance. He kills me, and Keeperton just wrecked. And then Spy almost gets Keeperton there. He was down to 20 health and 85% Uber charge. So pretty lucky to get that pick up here. And making pretty decent progress on the cart, at least, with the scout and our engineer doing some contributions to it as well. Good mini sentry gun spot, but just gets cleaned up right away because no problem. Mirror Man getting a nice stab in the house as well. And then pushing out with the Uber charge. I'm on my way back up here, and we're trying to control the corner while getting a pretty good push forward. This is an important stage of the cart push to make sure that you get it finished all the way and get it pretty clean. So I feel like we got a pretty good offense rolling right now. Certainly could be a little bit faster. I think their time on the first set was like 6:30, which is kind of on the fast side. If we got clean pushes here, then, you know, we could still have a pretty good time, but we'll see how this develops. We do get an Uber forced out of bubbles pretty early. I come in around the side as I'm breaking my rules again and switching over to first person. But I'm going to pick that up. And Tofu Mars getting a pistol down on Keeperton. Not sure where his positioning was there, but obviously a big loss, and that happens. I get into an engagement here versus Mirror Man. Do get the kill there. And choose to go over and try to mess with the sniper and get taken down. I was very low on health. Would have been nice to maybe come in and mess with bubbles there. Good sticky trap there from their demo. And looks like Jackal spots it out. But Chrissy going kind of nutty. And I guess this, you know, just to extrapolate a little bit, I guess this kind of demonstrates, you know, why in some cases people don't do the third-person perspective. I really like third-person perspective, like the earlier parts of this map where it's really wide open. You can really see a lot of what's going on, but once you get into these tighter spaces, sometimes it's just a little bit easier to sit with a first-person perspective. This is a nice view, though, as you see Blue storming up the stairs here, trying to clear things off. And we're getting pretty good damage up there. A lot of pressure from a lot of places. I'm still very slow to charge out here, though. And going to come from bottom and get a little bit of pressure on the gun with the rest of the team here. And our Spy picking up some heals from the medic, so nice plays there. I end up launching the medic up top, which is very unfortunate, but Shotaway does get the finish on him. I managed to surf that to stay up on the upper level. But we're getting good progress here as we're moving forward. Starting to get the capture. They got a few players around Pyro and Heavy. But there we go. 8:04. It's a decent-ish time, but certainly on the longer side of things. A little bit. I would say that, you know, 9 or 10 or maybe a little bit higher, and around 7 to 8 is all right. But obviously, stopwatch competition, you want to set an intimidating time and then have to have them deal with it afterwards. So we're running the Kritzkrieg strat as well. And I would point out, just theorycraft a little bit, now that this has come into play a lot. I could see the benefit of this a lot more if the demo man is running Scottish Resistance, which I think is a very valuable tool on defensive payload maps. And if this is the norm now, I don't really see why not. The benefit of Scottish resistance in this scenario, I mean, you might actually take a little bit more time to drop the 14 stickies. You might be able to drop some maybe a little bit further back, but once this demo man pops the stickies, they're just gone. All 8 of them are just gone. So, you know, with the Scottish resistance, you can kind of keep them around a little bit longer, destroy one trap, then destroy the other. But these are just going to get discovered and figured out. So that's why even though the Uber charges really works out just fine, I haven't really seen this been super successful in the beginning. This spy was definitely a nuisance for me. Gets a stab on me there. Just hiding cloak and dagger, I think, on the rock. And they get a pretty decent shove down here with the medic. Coming out pretty early. A lot of teams like to kind of keep the medic tucked away for a while. But we get the demo man trapped, and besides myself and Deza, who also went down, we're fully healthy. So pretty good hold there, but we're starting to have some issues with them coming in. The scout in particular here gets the kill on Chrissy, and then our demo pushed back. I ended up getting pretty aggressive stair side. I think once I back up here, I'm going to try to rotate, but I almost go down there. Just trying to get away. I think I end up getting chipped down here by somebody, or... No, okay, I did pick up some health. There we go. Ends up getting killed, though, and starting to get more of a man advantage, and we just ducked back. As we've lost our sentry gun, we've lost a lot of stuff here. Dez on the side is going to pick up the spy as we move forward here. You see we backed up quite a bit. I'm down and coming back. Our mini sentry up front gets taken out early. And there goes our sniper, so that always puts you in a tough position in Highlander when you lose your sniper. I'm fighting down low versus Scout and Engineer. Not necessarily getting a ton of damage here. My splash pretty far off. End up overcommitting and going down. These are the type of scenarios that I just was really disappointed in myself, you know, over the course of the game. I am very self-critical in FPSs. In Dota, I make a mistake, or I position bad. It's like, that's cool. But in TF2, I can get pretty mad at myself sometimes. And I was just disappointed, you know, in that scenario over in the cave. It was just an easy death, you know. I didn't really need to engage 3 people. You know, I could have backed up, could have gotten some heals, could have gotten a health pack somewhere, let the Conqueror kick in. There was a lot of options that I had there, but instead I just gave up a really soft death that enabled them to continue to push the cave real easily, as well as also just not doing a lot of damage. And then that was another really soft death that I was really disappointed in myself in, because those are the type of scenarios where you can't give up soft, easy deaths. When you're in Highlander and you have 6 players up, you know, if you die there, like, that's really a big deal. Like, if you die when you only have 6 players up, because then you have 5 players up, but then it takes even that much longer for you guys to be at full strength or to really kind of recover. And in Highlander, you know, particularly in 6s, like, I mean, you know, if a soldier dies, the other soldier can become the pocket. You know, the roamer can become the pocket. But if both soldiers die, or sorry, in Highlander, if a soldier dies, you don't have another soldier. You know, you don't really have as many other people that can take up that role. You know, when there's lower numbers, you know, scouts and soldiers, definitely how that's expressed in 6v6. So Uber charge from Pizza Weekend, us charging forward. We run into our Uber from LOVEU Mitchell Lewis. And the exchange is kind of going okay, but still not necessarily the best here. Get a stab on their heavy. Keep pretending under attack here. He gets protected. I'm down again. I was trying to find out where I went, but was not able to keep good eyes on it. And we get back into tile room here. I think this is another scenario where I get up here and I was going to say die a little bit early, but right now I am holding steady okay. They're getting good time on the cart though, and controlling tile room is really important. Oh, this is the scenario. They called stairs, and I was just still really concerned about controlling tile room, a little too concerned. And then they just charge upstairs with Uber, and I get taken out from behind. So circumstances pretty dire here as they're charging forward with 7 players up right now, and we do not have too many ourselves, but they only have ×1 on the cart right now. We're getting a few spawns coming in. We got Pyro moving in on the cart. Oh my god, no. Jackawa gets shoved down. Unfortunately, doesn't get across the pit. The scout coming in, though, holding. A Pyro goes down. The defense standing strong. I'm jumping on the cart, standing on top here. They have a sniper and a heavy weapons guy up top. Keeperton takes a ton of damage and then gets sniped down. Their medics up top here. I want to do something, but I was so low health. Just Chrissy up, and there you go. LOVEU Mitchell Lewis pushes the cart into the pit. So we had a bit of a good defense there. We had, I would say, decent offenses. The first set they captured in 6:30. Then we pushed, and it looked like we were en route to about a 6:45 time. Somewhere in that region. We were pretty close and making good progress when we lost, but yeah, definitely lost. It wasn't like super close. There were some lag issues, as we mentioned, in that first half, and then that second half defense is just not as strong as it could have been. Their time then was more in the 6-minute range, so maybe even a little bit faster than their first set, and had issues forming up on the second point, and even really recovering and getting a good rhythm defending the third point. So we had some issues that I would say are more indicative of our freshness as a team than anybody's skill level. And we have a lot of experience, though. I think it just comes down to us starting to play well together and synergizing more. So excited to see how this team develops throughout the season, even though we started off with a loss. We will have Koth Asheville coming up, and we'll have another rundown of that for you guys once we get our match in. So thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm eXtine. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for your support. Peace out!